Good. Have a good day. You're dismissed. Goodbye. What up? What up? What up? Happy Sunday, everybody. Just going over this video, and man, there's just a pubic hair of time can slip by, and an officer can take a situation to another level just because you are in a mode yourself, because somebody raised your mode and you argued, and now you removed yourself from that situation and you go to another place. Say like you went to a place to go get something to eat and they were being rude, so instead of sitting around, you decide, what the hell with it, you shove your tray, you're like, man, I don't want this crap, man, you guys are full of crap, and you leave, right? You go next door and you just order your food and you wait, and you get better service. And in this situation that I'm going to show you, while he was sitting here minding his own business, waiting for his food, calming down from the tyrannical bullshit that happened next door at Arby's, he's in Wendy's, and a police officer comes up and is conducting his investigation. And I will go from there, and I'll articulate it from there.
Going to be Tango 520-433-06-2660. May have left out your office.
Wanted person. Caution. Wanted person. 49-year-old white. Male. FCIC head.
Reverse 783. Second. Yeah, where that phone number that I put in there, part of it was right. It's going to be 954-647-2484. Oh, no, that is the number I put in there. That's the number she called on 911 reference.
So what we're seeing here is he's pulling up on an investigation. I'm just going to slide through this as he begins to look for this car, and then he sees it, and then he's basically telling dispatch, all right, I'm going to go follow this car, and it leads him to this part right here where he's at Wendy's. He was at Arby's. Now he's at Wendy's. As you can see, everything's peaceful. Everybody's cool. He's walking into a very calm environment. The police officer has everybody's attention because they're wondering, is he going to eat or is he here for business? I think it's kind of funny how they walked up to this guy, right? When they had no physical description of him. I just automatically think it was him. So, to me, he was already pegged.
I will ask a question, so
Okay.
do what you got to do, kick rocks.
All right, well, you can record all you want.
Well, basically, it starts off with this guy knowing his rights, and he's basically telling this guy, look, I'm recording you. I ain't going to sit here and help you investigate me. I'm going to do the bare minimum. And this cop takes this as They all do. An attempted cop, right? Instead of saying, okay, all right, well, this guy knows his rights and I got to do my job. But instead of saying that, they're too lazy to admit that to themselves. So they escalate. All this dude was assert a damn right, right? We all know that it's our right to do this, right?
I guess you're over at Arby's causing some issues over there.
Hey, they didn't want to fix my order.
He didn't agree. He didn't say, yeah, I was over there starting stuff, right? So listen to that. Remember, when you have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion to detain somebody and ask them their ID, there's some elements that need to be met here, right? So far, this guy says, no, kick rocks, blah, blah, blah. And this is where he screwed up. He should have not have talked at all.
Order, so I told him kiss my ass and I left.
Okay. They're alleging that you threw a tray.
I threw a tray in the floor.
Okay.
I pushed, didn't mean to. I was just mad, pushed it forward, like, fuck it. You ain't gonna fix my order? Fuck you then. So I left.
Just incorrect.
So it is what it is.
All right. Apparently a hit. Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to hit nobody, so.
Why? I guess it hit them during that incident or whatever. I don't know. They're getting ready to review video and all that. So
Dude stepped in the way.
So he's talking too much as it is, guys. Just to let you guys know, he's talking. But before we go on any further, I just want to say hello to the people that are here. H. Clay, what's up? David Bennett, Jonathan, Michael, what's going on? What up, what up, what up?
okay.
So, okay,
Well, and we don't know. I wasn't there,
care.
man, right?
I don't care.
Do you have ID with you?
No, I don't. Unless I'm suspected of committing a crime. No.
You are suspected of committing a battery.
Are you? Do I have to show ID or
Yes.
be arrested?
You have to show ID.
All right, so now listen to the words, ladies and gentlemen. Words matter. The words was, do I have to show identification? Do I have to show identification? And he said, yes. Did he cooperate? Let's find out. I seen him cooperating while sticking up for his rights.
Being
For what?
detained.
Am I
You're under an investigation for battery
under threat of
arrest. You can go
arrest.
to jail.
Am I going to be arrested if I don't show you my ID?
Yes.
Say it
I don't show. There we go. Listen, if I don't show you my ID,
again.
Yes. You're also on body cam. Same
Okay.
thing, okay?
Just so you know, I am armed.
Okay. All right.
and just so I'm going to let everybody know, that right there was money signs in this cop's eyes. As soon as he told him that, bing, bing, we got attempted cop plus an armed. Easy to gaslight people that are armed because they're armed and I can always use officer safety, blah, 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 right? This is why if I had my Second Amendments fully inflected on me, all right, I would not carry for this purpose. I wouldn't carry. I wouldn't do it. Because I'm a cop watcher and I know how these motherfuckers are, right? So why in the hell would I give them any more reason to cry help and detain me, disarm me? Remember, he said show. Do I got to show you my ID?
You have your firearm with you?
Always. Don't you?
Huh?
I don't
Yep.
leave home without mine, do you?
Okay. Yep.
See that? He's showing it to him.
No.
He's showing it to him. He did what the law provided. Now, let's go to New York compiled law. Ready? Or excuse me. Let's go to Florida compiled law on this. I don't know why in the hell did I do that? I guess one of my wires are loose because I just lost the whole screen. Anyway, that's okay. Boom. Ready? In this section, may be known to cited as Florida stop and frisk law. When any law enforcement officer, we're right here, of the state encounters a person under circumstances which will reasonably indicate that such person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a violation of a criminal laws of the state or the criminal ordinances of any municipal or county, or the officer may temporarily detain such person for the purposes of ascertaining ID. Ascertaining is to confirm. That's all it means. It doesn't say I have to give your ID. That's it. This person is temporarily detained of a person, of a person that is temporarily detained of circumstances surrounding the person's pretense aboard which led the officer to believe that the person has committed, was committing, or was about to commit an offense. That's it. It's what the law says. Now, let's go back to the video. He did what the law said for him to do. The officer's allowed to ascertain who you are. He showed who he was. He asked the officer, do I have to show you my ID? And the officer said yes. Watch what happens here.
You can look at it. All right. You can look at it.
Boom. This is a battery. He did what he had to do, and now he's being accused of obstructing.
Buddy, come on, man. Don't play this fucking game.
Stand up.
Here, take it.
Now he says, go ahead, take it. The officer is in. The officer has himself in tunnel vision and is in officer contempt mode, right? Right? Isn't that what they do? We see it all the time, officer contempt mode. And then they like to edge it on.
Just come in here, please.
Hey, and now
He's complying.
I'm getting my Fourth Amendment violated.
Okay, put your phone down.
No,
Look, he's telling him to put his phone down. He wants to record this. He is so far, he's within his rights. Now, right there, that is when the officer got really stupid with him and put him under duress. This is where Mobley, listen to me, Mobley versus State. This is where you could have taken in the state of Michigan, if this happened, 780.972 applies to this, and you could have because he's a wrongdoer. He's violating the principles and mannerisms of law. Did he show his ID? Yes, he did. Doesn't have to give it to him. The officer was in contempt, not the guy. If he reasonably believes that he committed a crime, all he's got to do is take that information, run it like he always does, and then detain the guy, disarm him, do what he needs to do, right? Instead of getting all mad and using that as the go-to to detain him and put him in cuffs. You didn't need to do that. He did not need to do that at all. He was already in contempt. All right? He was in contempt of cop. Come on now. You know you guys can't do that. You can't piss the cop off, especially if he's being cool like this one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Believe that one, I'll tell you another one.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Signal
I'm
zero.
cooperating.
You are not
As you can
cooperating.
Hey, you guys seeing this?
Now you're going to jail
I
for
see-
resisting.
I'm going to jail. I'm not resisting nothing, dude.
Signal
Hey,
zero.
That license is in full view. Just like it was in full view. Watch this.
Operating.
Hey, you guys seeing this?
Boom. That license right there is in full view. He laid it down on the table and relinquished the possession of that ID to the officer, and the officer refused to take it because he wanted his guns and he wanted to put him in jail. From that point on, as soon as that officer heard him say kick rocks, and then he found out, oh, he's got guns. Oh, yeah, this is a perfect case. Perfect case where I'm going to take his shit. He's never getting his guns back because he is a threat to the officer's red flag laws that apply in every state now. Most of the states, anyway. That's why I would not carry a gun. If you give me my gun rights back, I ain't ever letting them take them again. You're not going to take them for me just simply having them on and me having a debate with somebody and then them criminalize that debate.
Now you're going to jail for resisting.
I'm going to jail. I'm not resisting nothing, dude. Hey, you see this? I'm going to jail for resisting.
Stop
Cameras
moving.
in here, guys. Come on, I'm not resisting. Yes, sir. Put it in your pocket. Right there. Don't forget the Derringer in my front pocket.
So he's got two guns on him. And see how cooperative he's being? And listen to this piece of shit behind him. I believe his name is Fleed. F-E-E-L-D. Feld, whatever. I don't know. I can't see it. This tyrant behind him is doubling down on the tyrant that is taking his stuff.
Is it hot?
No, dude. Come on, man.
Hey, listen, when
resisting.
he gives you orders, you listen. All right?
When he gives you orders, you listen. No, you don't. No, you listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. If I was you, I wouldn't carry a gun, especially if I was him, I would have left it in my car, knowing that police are coming. Understand something. When police officers know that you have a gun on you, they go and, because the back and the forth, they're so afraid because they know that they say things wrong and they know that they provoke and they know that they intimidate people and they know how tyrannical they are. So that's why brothers are always constantly pulling guns back on cops and saying, pop, 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 pop. Because you know what? They don't got nothing to lose. They feel like you're violating me. You've already violated the very principle of your oath. You've already violated the principles of the oath of the United States Constitution that makes you the constitutional officer that you're supposed to be as a peace officer in the state of Florida. You've already did it. Too late. Everything was going fine until he gave him attitude, and now because the tempted cop, he's going to gaslight him into, you're crazy, you're the one that caused this, you're the one that made this bigger than what it was. No, he didn't. It's the cop. The cop was stupid. The cop, so what? If a guy threw a tray and you got it on video, you detain a guy for the 15 minutes that you're allowed to, and then you write him a ticket for simple battery, and he shows up later in court. Big whippy. Instead, there's money signs. These cops show money signs when they do this. This is how they get off on us, guys. And we allow them to do this all the time. All the time we allowed them to do this.
No, dude.
You're pulling away.
I'm
I
just
saw
trying to
it.
look at
Did
you.
you
all
see
right?
that?
All right, so
Did you see how he was gaslighting him there? He's like, come on, dude. He was trying to give him, you know what men do? Remember what men do when they look you in the eye, like want to look a guy in the eye, and the guy's got his hands on him. He's like, you're trying to look at the cop in the eye. He's saying he was resisting for doing that, right? He's saying you're still resisting. Listen very close. See how he's turning right here? Look at this part right here. See how he's turning? Just right here. Look at that. He's turning around and watch what he says.
Any other weapons on you?
Huh?
Any other weapons?
No.
Okay. All right. You made this a lot harder than what it
I'm
had
not
to be,
trying
okay?
to, dude. I'm just trying to assert my rights.
I understand that. But I'm
Okay.
giving you a lawful order, okay? So there's a difference between asserting your rights. I can promise you I'm not trying to violate
I'm not
your
trying
rights.
to violate. I'm not trying
Liar.
to
Now he's cop-splaining. Here, let's go back to the part where this guy right here that comes and takes charge. Let's watch that again and watch how they gaslight him into more obstruction.
I'm going to jail for resisting.
I got some
Stop
cameras
moving.
in here, guys. Come on, I'm not resisting.
See how you're saying, come on, guys. Listen.
Yes, sir.
So put it in your pocket.
Right there. Don't forget the Derringer in my front pocket.
Is it hot?
No, dude. Come on, man.
Hey, listen, when
resisting.
he gives you orders,
See that? See how he turned and looked into his eyes right here? See, he's turning. Listen.
I'm
you listen,
resisting,
all right?
though, dude.
You're pulling away.
See that? He's not pulling away. He's turning towards him. The officer is lying to get the bootlicker that's going to watch this in court. Oh, he was turning. He was. I can see him moving away from the car. No, he wasn't. He was turning to look him in the eye. You know, because that's what men do. Men look each other in the eye. They're not pussies. You know, men, they're not pussies. Will give each other eye-to-eye contact. The oppressor don't like you looking him in the eye. The oppressor tells you to look down. Isn't that what they used to do to slaves? Look, don't look at me. Look down. You look at me again, I'll cut your head off. We know where all that come from.
Trying to look at you, all right?
All right. So
Any other weapons on you?
Huh?
Any other weapons?
No.
Okay. All right. You made this a lot harder than what it had
I'm not
to be,
trying
okay?
to, dude. I'm just trying to assert my rights.
I understand that. But
Okay.
I'm giving you
No,
a
you
lawful
don't.
order, okay? So there's a difference between asserting your rights. I can promise you I'm not trying to violate
I'm not
your
Yeah,
rights.
you did. He presented an ID and you didn't like the way he presented it. He asked you if under duress, if he did not show, that's the operative word. I'm looking you as a man to man, woman to woman, whoever I'm looking at. Right now, I'm giving you eye-to-eye contact. He asked the cop, do I have to show you my identification or will I go to jail? He said, you got to show me. And I just showed you in law where it says he's got to ascertain his identity. It didn't say possess his identification card. Soon as he showed him, boom, that he appeased and now we're supposed to go on to the next thing. He's supposed to look at that, write it down, get his little notepad down, and then say, look, I got to detain you because you do have guns on you for my safety. Get up. Let's do this the right way. He didn't do that. He gaslit him into another charge. And that's what they do. They are a business for profit. Trust me.
I'm not trying
All right.
to give you guys a hard time
So,
either.
but when I'm
That
giving
guy
you
was
a
an
listen,
asshole,
I'm
man.
giving you a lawful
Be quiet.
command.
Listen.
That was just
Be quiet.
All
Listen.
Listen to
You're
him.
gonna listen to me.
All right.
Okay.
Now they have him under duress. Be quiet. Shut up. Shut your mouth and listen.
Especially the fact that you're armed. All right. I stayed calm for that.
Wait a minute. Especially like if you like, I'm gonna be like John Felix. You know how he says it? He interrupts. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. It's my shit. I'm gonna articulate the same thing. I've been saying this forever. This guy right here is doing what he's doing for a reason. Okay? He's asserting his rights. And he says, I understand that, but I'm gonna violate your rights. That's basically what it interprets to, because it was attempted cop. He said show, and he showed. And it was all about attitude after that. It was mannerisms and attitude. And he just got 2 more charges because of attitude. He's enforcing feelings instead of law. You are a peace officer, police officer. You are not supposed to be in your feelings. Remember that. Peace officer. You were supposed to stay calm, like you're not supposed to stay calm. He's articulating back to the guy, well, didn't I stay calm when you told me you had guns? So it's expected out of you. You're a peace officer, dumbass.
Okay. But you started to amp yourself up.
I got intimidated because you were inciting yourself. you were sticking out your chest and I got intimidated. Therefore, I had to gaslight you and make this all about me and my feelings. And because you hurt my feelings, now I'm going to put cuffs on you. Wah! Help! I need backup.
Have somebody listen. I understand that, but I'm not going to have someone that start getting amped up that I know is armed. Okay,
You hear
That's
that?
putting it off.
He is admitting to the judge, I violated this guy's rights because I seen his attitude changing, but he did not actually put into action. He was verbalizing as he was complying. I don't like this. I'm under duress, basically. And I'm doing this because he's threatening to arrest me and he shows the ID. Go look at the freaking thumbnail. He shows the ID. He shows it.
Officer safety risk to me.
I can understand.
All right, as well as all
I'm a
these other
security
customers. Okay,
Security officer.
so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a walk
As well as the other customers. The only dangerous people that I see there are the two officers that illegally gaslit and detained a man for sitting down, messing with him, and now everybody else witnessed them. And see, they get the bootlickers saying, well, he should have complied. He should have complied. No, he shouldn't have. But I'm telling you what, you guys are this is a dangerous game you're playing. Cops, because you become murderers. You would end up shooting him if this guy decided to say, you're the wrongdoer, pop, 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 because you put your hands on him. Right here is when you broke the law, officer. I'm going to show it. This is where the officer broke the law. You see this right here? Look, I'm going to show you. All the way up to this point right here. This is where the officer broke the law.
Hey, and now
See that? He presented it. He showed who he was.
no, you look at it.
You can look at it. He even put it up in his face. Right?
You can look at it.
There. That's called battery. He is now doing what they accused him of next door. It's battery. Remember battery? Battery's unwanted touching. He didn't have to do it that way. He's supposed to articulate this stuff as he goes, and he's not. That is where he committed a crime against somebody's Fourth Amendment right. Now, yeah, that's right. I mean, if you're gonna use the law, you're gonna use it all the way. Everybody's got to fall. Let's go back to where we was.
Trying to, dude. I'm just trying to assert my rights.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm giving you a lawful order. Okay, so there's a difference between asserting your rights. I can promise you, I'm not trying to violate.
I'm not
your
trying to
rights.
violate. I'm not trying
Alright.
to give you guys a hard time
So,
either.
but when I'm
That
giving
guy
you
was
a
an
listen,
asshole,
I'm
man.
giving you a lawful
Be quiet,
command.
listen.
I was just
Be quiet and listen.
You're gonna listen.
Be quiet and listen. Look at the square ass face. Look at that square ass face right there. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It screams out, smack me.
Listen to me.
All right.
Okay. Especially the fact that you're armed. All right. I stayed calm for that. Okay.
Good, thank you.
But you started to amp yourself up. I'm not going to have somebody listen. I understand that, but I'm not going to have someone that start getting amped up that I know is armed. Okay. That's putting an officer safety risk to me.
I can understand.
All right. As well as all
You
these.
can't have them hooting and hollering. You can't have a First Amendment right. Nope. You're not allowed to have a First Amendment right. Remember that, guys? Remember this? You guys, this is my sarcasm. I'm going to play a small clip of my sarcasm. I have to, because it's ridiculous where these people take this crap. And it's ridiculous how far they're willing to go with it. I just don't understand where they get off saying the things that they say to justify any of it. It's not justified under constitutional law. They're constitutional officers. You have to understand that. So let's go back to this this short I made of James Freeman. This is awesome the way he puts our freedoms and how our he gets this officer to agree that basically that they are a communist and they are passive aggressive communists like they are in Kim Jong-un is in North Korea. Listen to this.
I think that a lot of people need to realize, what if everyone hooted and hollered, right? Yeah. You let one guy hoot and holler, you got to let everybody hoot and holler, right? You got to put a stop to the hooting and hollering early. I think y'all need to make an example out of this guy. Can't comment on it, but I'm going to tell you, I think you need to throw the book at this guy, make an example of him, and make dang sure that everyone in the state of Arkansas knows there ain't going to be no hooting and hollering in Boonville, because that's the kind of society I want to live in. And I think that most of us can agree with that. Am I right?
I believe so.
I actually grew up in North Korea. I loved it there. There was absolutely no hooting and hollering in the streets there. You hoot and holler in the streets in North Korea, and I'll tell you what, man, you don't get tased, you get shot. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm really glad to see the United States of America adopting these policies that we have implemented in North Korea. And it's about time that you all started doing things the way that we've been doing it for a long time. And it makes me glad to live here now, knowing this is the type of policies y'all are adopting. I appreciate it. All right. God bless you. North Korea loves you, and it's what you're doing. Just all right, man.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, that is the size of what we're looking at. You know, that is the size of what we are seeing here, and because we allow this type of policing, they continue to get away with it, and nobody makes their stand. People everywhere should be taking arrest and maybe putting their lives on the line. If you're going to carry that gun, you might as well use it. You're a pussy. We're turning into pussies because we're not using it against the people that are oppressing us. Just like Palestine. Palestine refuses to stand against the government that has not had an election in freaking 17 fucking years, that hides behind people that it goes and starts beefs and then hides behind people as their shields. That's what they're doing here. They're just doing it a little different. That's all.
The other customers. Okay.
Security officer.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a walk out here, okay? Yep.
Please record.
What's that? We're recording as well, okay? I don't know if it's recording or not.
State versus Mobley.
So my car or yours?
Not mine.
Yeah.
We're just trying to have lunch, guys.
Where are you at? Parked over at Arby's. Right. Okay, to anyone nearby. Just come over here.
All right, where's the message in here?
Hey, just come here for a second. Well, just hang out there. All right. Can you do a good check of him, please?
Yeah, we can't have folks.
So while he's doing this, let me show you this, guys. See this right here? This law right here? It's already a federal law. It is axiomatic that every person that has a right to resist on unlawful arrest, such case the person attempting to arrest stands in the position of a wrongdoer, and they may resist by the use of force as self-defense. This is right here. State versus Mobley, 1954, North Carolina Supreme Court. Okay? You guys can go read that on your own time. But I'm just putting it up. So there's case law on this. And we need to put more. We need to set more precedent on this. I know it's hard to say that. Look, man, I've stood up in the face of adversity in the 9th precinct, man, where they could have took me down on the ground and beat me to death. I didn't do it. I didn't shy away. I said, "What are you gonna do?" As he gloved up in his face. Y'all seen that? And my voice. I hate my voice during the wintertime. It gets worse.
That's what now.
I don't do drugs.
Any needles, knives, or
I got gloves. Bullshit. I'm a security officer, brother. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to take my new class.
That's a nice Dillinger. Or Derringer, or whatever they call it. It's a two-shotter. Good old 22.
Over a sandwich, man, really?
He said, over a sandwich, really? You hear that?
I didn't try to
You
hit
hear the gas? You hear the cops pointing and gaslighting? Listen.
We aren't gonna have this back and forth.
hey,
I
listen,
apologize, all right?
hey.
I apologize.
Hey, man, I'll meet you back over there, all right?
You say that? The guy says, I apologize. The guy is definitely redeeming himself of the nuisance that they might have caused together in that restaurant. Okay. He's willing to redeem himself. All right. And he even said that to the cop. He's like, they were being buttholes over there. I got mad and I threw a tray down on the ground and blah, 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 blah. And now they are arresting him for the secondary. You understand? And it just gets old, man. It just gets old. This shit is old.
All right.
Yeah, if you want to have brother.
Real old. I'm turn this down so I have to talk so loud.
You got epilepsy, man. So you know how it goes. Well, I don't know if you guys do.
I don't have epilepsy.
You check the shoes.
Now I was looking at it, the CPL.
Right now you have a resisting charge, okay, and then likely a simple battery charge.
You hear that? A simple battery charge. Exactly what the cop. I hear a lot of deflecting here. I hear a lot of deflecting. I believe that the officer did not have reasonable suspicion to put any charges on him. I do think that the officer had reasonable suspicion to do an investigation, and that gives him a right to disarm him, right? But as far as putting all these charges on him, no, he didn't have the right to do that. He gaslit him into all this shit.
What? It's already done, man. There's no going back.
When 222 gets here, we'll stay 10-12. Bring your car over. All right. I'm not gonna.
Gotcha. Yeah, go
Leave
back
you
over there.
back
Okay.
and forth.
Yep.
Okay, Tinkley Kelly.
Is this something I have to go downtown?
You guys remember when he started off recording them? He's like, I don't got nothing to say, kick rocks, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, he begins to go to the next phase. Remember, you guys, the back and forth, that's where the attempted cop comes in. I don't got nothing to say to you. I didn't do anything, and you got to prove a crime. Here, boom. And then when he says, I want to see ID, what did I do? They said you hit me. You know that there was this situation. He should have shut up. If he didn't have his credentials on him, he should just shut up and say, I'm going to remain silent and assert my Fifth Amendment right. You got to say it. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court says if you don't say it, it doesn't apply. So you have to just for GP, know that right now. Assert your Fifth Amendment right and let him do what he's got to do. As you already told him that you were armed, right? So that way, you know, it can't get gaslit into any more than what it is. Because they would have took his guns, they would have put him in the back seat, they would have, you know, went over next door, and as long as you didn't have an attitude with this, I guess they probably would have said, this is a battery charge. This is a catch and release thing. You know what I'm saying? And they would have gave him his shit back. Or they might have not. They might have kept his shit and let him go. Or they might have arrested him. I don't know, because of the guns. Either way, you don't say anything, because it's just going to be held against you later on and criminalized. And you're in a system where they not only is the judge of the biggest bootlicker in the room with a so-called Harvard education, you got a jury pool, right, that is pulled from conservative areas that would never, ever find themselves in this position anyway, because we carry Grey Poupon. Anyway, I figured I would say it that way so you guys can get it.
You're gonna get booked, okay, and then you're gonna go to jail. All right. I mean, I don't know what about my weapon.
You're gonna get booked, and you're gonna go to jail, and we're gonna laugh, and we win, you lose. Lose here.
Compromising here. This is the weapon.
They're gonna get put in for safekeeping.
Gonna be put in for safety. It's gonna be locked up for safety. You'll get it when you what?
We're at the station, at our station.
What? Well,
You see how he's checking that gun out? We already know the serial number's right there, right? I could see the serial number. He's looking at it like, I wonder how I can keep this. This is a pretty nice gun, It's pretty clean. Because we can all see the serial number. See it? It's right there. See it? Yeah. So as he continues to turn it around and check it out, that, and this is just my opinion. I think the cop's going to try to steal that gun. I think if the pig's listening to me that is handling this gun, I believe that you are thinking it's more likely than not likely, from what I've seen in the past, in your tyrannical actions, that you are a killer, you are a murderer, you are a thief, and you do violate people's rights. So I don't trust you, and I would trust somebody on the streets that has smoked crack for 20 days straight and commit petty crimes, because they're more transparent in their criminality than you. They'll even admit it. Yeah, I steal to eat. Yeah, I smoke crack. That's what they say. But you're saying I'm the good guy. You're the bad guy. You made me do this to you. You sound like the man that just got done smacking the shit out of the woman and then blaming her for you smacking her. It's all your fault. You made me do this. Why'd you do that? Mm-hmm.
I understand our situation, okay? All right, hear me out. He's giving you orders. You have a firearm on you, okay?
You guys hear that? What if he didn't have the firearm on him? See, they are putting their safety over everything and criminalizing words, because he said, I got to show you? And he said, and he showed him. So the words that were coming out of his mouth applies to that situation. Them are the facts. You don't add no more to it. You don't say anything more. If anything, this conversation right now should not be happening, because what you have on this body cam, if he shut up from this point on, he would still be all right. Right? Not saying a word, because words matter, especially in a court of law.
And you're not compliant. It's a safety issue. What? Okay. All right.
He did comply, ladies and gentlemen.
I am. I understand.
Do not get it screwed up. This kid did comply, and it shows it right here. Let me show you real quick, because I'm going to go back to where we're at, and I'm going to show you where this guy complies. You guys want to watch him comply? Here it is. Hey, Pig, if you're watching, this is where he complied.
Always. Don't you?
Huh?
I don't leave home without mine, do you?
Yep.
No.
That's where he complied. He said, show. You showed. Okay, moving on. Going back to where we was. Let's go back to the part where he's checking out the Dillinger.
What's the make of this?
You know what? I don't know. I got it from a buddy of mine at work.
Okay.
Yeah, but the serial number's right there.
You already know that.
All right. Smith & Wesson, 9mm. It's black and silver, serial number Sierra Whiskey 9 Victor Echo. And I'm trying to figure out the make. I think it's Bearman. BEARMAN. 22 long rifle. Serial number is 139119. Can't resist the police.
I'm not resisting.
You are now, but you were before.
I wasn't trying to resist. I was just trying to get my phone.
Let me
And there has to be an intent too.
explain, okay?
Don't listen to a cop and don't let him explain nothing. You're already going to jail. See, everybody holds on to the notion that, well, what I do from here might, if I bootlick a little bit, just lick it a little bit, just one little lick. Maybe he'll let me go. If I lick it just once, maybe twice, 3 times the most, you let me go. That's what you're doing. Right? You're going to jail. I understand why you would do what you would do because you get under duress. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want you got torture cuffs on you. They're gonna put you in a rape cage. I get it, but you know what? Just man up, and go to jail and fight your case because you decided to go that route. You went this route. Man up, right? It's not right what they're doing. But you got to prove it to the judge now, right? Sovereign and citizen are both. It's an oxymoron. You can't be sovereign and a citizen together. Go look up the definitions, please. Do your homework, guys, and ignore the bootlickers because these are people you'll never change their mind. They always think. I mean, a sovereign citizen don't believe in the system. I do. I believe in my system. I love my country. You see the 1776 behind me? We the people. I believe in my Constitution. I believe in my country. I support my country. I'm not going to be like these fake motherfuckers that's got these big ass channels to appease you from another country or somebody that hates this country. I'm not going to appease you. Just get the fuck out. Just go. Go now. I don't care if I got one person watching me. I don't need YouTube money. I got my own. That's why they keep doing that to me is I'm half of the problem by using the F word all the time. They don't like that on my StreamYards, right? When it's running into their crap. And then the secondary thing is bootlickers go to reporting all the time. Pushing the button, report. Let's go.
I'm good with reporting. Okay, I can care less about the reporting.
I understand that, right? But you don't know
I appreciate that you told me that.
1-800.
I stay calm the whole time, right? I explained to you that I am going to identify you. If you fail to identify,
Yo, Shakar, what up, baby?
Let me just say this, all right? I apologize.
Love you, brother. Miss you.
Pissed off. I was hungry. I'm epileptic.
Utah, love you, brother.
I can understand that.
You can destroy, you love me. Hey, those of you that it's only $1 a month. Go ahead and start getting the memberships ready because I'm going to try to go out and get a bunch of. I'm going to go get a bunch more content, and we're going to do some more audits here in January, especially January. Around the end of December or the middle of December and January. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to hit it hard. I'm going to hit it real hard.
Just it might be hot. I could understand all of that. I could understand all of that, but unfortunately, your situation, what you did, your actions.
Yeah, it's only $1 a month, man. Become a member. If you're not a member, become a member, guys, for sure.
Dictated our response. Okay.
And if you're not careful, YouTube will unsubscribe you because they're shadow banning me so bad. They will unsubscribe you automatically. And you might want to go unsubscribe, subscribe, and hit all again. Every one of y'all in here. Thank you. Remember, it's Wolverine Transparency. And those of you put my backup channel on Downriver Cop Watch or Downriver Transparency and Wolverine Cop Watch.
You don't have to.
I'm telling you, I am going through with it, okay? I do have discretion with it on my part with the resisting charge, but I'm telling you, I have probable cause. You're getting arrested for it. The simple battery portion of it.
He's lying right now. Okay. He said we're going to watch the video. He did not make up his mind, and he still hasn't seen the video from the beginning. So I just caught him in a lie. This guy needs to shut his fucking mouth. And he won't.
Charges against you. So you're going to get charged with the simple battery.
Especially because he wants that Dillinger. He wants that small little 22 Dillinger, man.
I'm trying to be forthcoming to you, okay, so that you understand.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that I am your boss. I'm exploiting your supremacy. I'm exploiting my supremacy on you, and you have no rights, sir. I have just taken your rights because you, and under the good faith law that the state of Florida that gives me the right to violate your Fourth Amendment rights, gives me the right to lie, cheat, gaslight, everything. Yep. Mm-hmm. As long as it fits a narrative. You guys, I'm going to FOIA request the police report off of this, right? And I promise you that this guy is a liar. I'll bet you there's things in this that's going to be missing from this video, or attitude that's not going to be there. Guarantee it.
I'm trying to join the police force.
I understand.
Oh, I tried to be a bootlicker. I tried to be a cop one time. Shut up, dude.
With the police isn't the time to
breaking a law and breaking, fucking with us.
I'm getting ready to go to the G class first.
Fucking with us and bootlicking is two different things, man. You got to figure out which side you're going to be on. You can't do that. Listen to him talking about what he's gotten accomplished and how close he is to being a police officer.
Together and just go work my way up.
I'll lock your car up for you too, okay, Billy?
So, target information I still need to get.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll work on that. Essentially,
See, Billy. Unfortunately, Billy was on the fence, guys.
Immediately starts pouring out on your questions. He puts himself there. I'm like, okay, well, be a cop. Yeah. I'm like, hey man. I said, I need your identification. He's like, do I have to? I said, yes, you're under investigation. What do you suspect me of committing? I suspect you of committing a battery. I need your driver's license. He's like, so you're telling me that you're going to arrest me if I don't give it to you? Yes. He's like, takes it out, holds it up. I go to grab it. He clenches
That's
it.
not, do you guys hear the lie? He said, give to you. He articulated what he said to him. That's not what he said. He said, show. Listen to what he said there, and let's go back to the record.
After telling me
I love the record, y'all. This is why we got to record these bitches, because he's a fucking liar. He did not say that. He said, if I show you my driver's license, show. He used the word show, present, show. Listen very close. Right? Here.
What you got to do? Kick rocks.
All right. Well, you can record all you want.
Okay.
I guess you're over at Arby's causing some issues over there.
Hey, they didn't want to fix my order, so I told them kiss my ass and I left.
Okay. They're alleging that you threw a tray.
I threw a tray on the floor.
Okay.
I pushed, didn't mean to. I was mad, pushed it forward like fucking You ain't gonna fix more than fuck you then. That's all that.
Just influential.
So it is what it is.
All right. Apparently a hit. Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to hit nobody, so.
Well, I guess it hit them during that incident or whatever.
Them.
I don't know. They're getting ready to review video and all.
You see that? That's where he admits it. The crime has not occurred in the officer's investigation yet. The only thing he has the right to do is detain him at this point. All right?
So,
Dude stepped in the way.
okay.
So, okay.
Well, and we don't know. I wasn't
don't
there,
care.
man, right?
See that? You didn't know. It didn't happen in officer's presence. So he doesn't have the right to arrest him.
Don't care.
Do you have ID with you?
No, I don't. Unless I'm suspected of committing a crime. No.
You are suspected of committing a battery.
Are you? Do I have to show ID or
Yes.
be arrested?
You hear that? Do I have to show ID or being arrested? And he repeats it again. Listen.
You have to show ID. You're being
For what?
detained.
Am I
You're under an
under a-
investigation.
And he even said it himself. Yes, you do have to show.
For a battery
under threat of
you can go to
arrest?
jail.
Am I going to be arrested if I don't show you my ID?
Yes.
Say that again.
Yes.
See that? Show. And what's he do? He shows him, right? Let's just break it down. Let's break it down. We can have trial right now. Here's trial, Bubba. I'm going to do this because people are just coming in. Right here. He showed him. He showed him ID. There it is. He showed it. He even puts it in his face. Boom. Look at that. See? He showed it. Right? Now, let's go back to this where he's fucking lying to these cops. Listen to the narrative. Listen to the narrative. He's a liar. Listen to this lying ass fucking narrative.
Really? So, as far as information, I still need to get.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll work on that. Essentially, he's immediately starts pouring out his questions. No big deal. He puts himself there. I'm like, okay, well, yeah. I'm like, hey man. I said, I need your identification. He's like, do I have to? I said, yes. You're under investigation. What do you suspect me of committing? I suspect you of committing a battery. I need your driver's license.
He's right so far. Listen.
He's like, so you're telling me that you're going to arrest me if I don't give it to you?
He's using the word give.
Yes.
You see, and police culture, this is the problem in police culture. They conflate words, and then they arrest you on them conflated words.
Like, takes it out, holds it up. I go to grab it. He clinches it real tight. After telling me he's armed, I'm like, all right, man, you're...
I glanced in there and I see him going like this, like almost like resisting, and that's when you.
Oh, listen to him, cops complaining and trying to back up each other. He's going to write a supplemental report to that. You see, this right here is conspiracy on the DL.
Said single zero, just come in, and I was like, shit, all right. And I was telling the manager just to hang back.
You know, and I'm not trying to be. I was like trying to be like nice to the guy. You know?
Yeah. There is no cameras, but all the employees saw it in there. And then there were some people sitting down. I think it's her, one of them.
Do you see how they get people to refute direct video evidence? This is why you need video evidence of these situations. And I am just going to say this, and I have a person in here right now that has a CPL where he lives, and I'm just telling you guys, those of you that has CPLs and are carrying for your own protection, never, especially if you know that the police are being called on you. Let me tell you this right now. If you believe that the police are being called on you, and you know that you have to talk to the police, go and arm yourself. Go secure it in your vehicle and lock it up. Call somebody and say, look, I'm not going to run like no bitch, but call somebody that you love and say, come and secure my vehicle and come and secure my firearm. Okay? And because this right here, unless you are prepared to take it all the way and go the state versus Mobley, especially like in the state of Michigan. If you were in the state of Michigan doing that, if you're going to take it all the way, literally, you got to put 780.972 where it says you don't have a duty to retreat and you haven't committed a crime. And the officer does, if the officer did not see the accusation, he has to treat it as an accusation. And the only thing that he has the right to do is because of Terry versus Ohio, he has already reasonably articulated what he believed that you've done wrong. So he could detain you and then what for his, because of the detainment, he has the right to search you and disarm you until the detainment is over with. That is a fact. Okay. I'm not sitting here having court on the steps of this panel. I'm telling you that's established case law. There's nothing you can do about it. You ain't changing nothing. You will never change or overturn Terry versus Ohio. And if you do, you will make every state a stop and catch, a stop and search state. That's what you will, because it will get rid of that part where it says we can't have cops going around acting on, this is not verbatim, I'm just paraphrasing it. We can't have cops going around acting on unarticulable hunches. You understand that? That is where the Terry doctrine come and gave us a bone. If anything, it gave us a bone. And these socialists don't get it. You know, the communists are just, they think they could delete a law and they can't. You delete that law, it'll go back to what prior to that, when people, they could just act and snatch you up and gaslight you like they did this guy, but 10 times worse. Anyways, you guys can believe what you want to believe, but it is what it is. I mean, you got two options from that point, right? You could stand and fight or flee. Oh boy said it right down here. He said, flee. Run, Hillary, run. Does anybody know the ROSOs, school resources officers, and what they are and are not allowed? Well, I know their code of conduct. I know most people's, the police officers' code of conduct, and I know what a peace officer is supposed to do at federal case law around the country. So, I mean, we could go into operating standard procedure in what each city has for an RTO. But as far as that goes, I mean, what's that to have to do with the price of tea in China? They all have to equally apply the law, right? Right, guys? They do it anyway, though. Exactly. Gotcha. That's why I'm saying, unless you're ready to stand it, what you as a carrier, hey, come on up. You got time to come up for a second? Because I'll ask you a couple questions. Yes or no, real quick, Shakar. All right, I'm moving on because that's not quick enough. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, I guarantee it, common sense, after seeing all these videos of people that are armed, right? If you're armed, legally, lawfully, forget legally, if you're lawfully armed, and you know that you are going to have a conversation with a cop, it would be better for you to unarm yourself, right? And put that in a way, because you're not gonna stand your ground with it. So why do you need it for the cop? You could say all them words you want, but you ain't gonna back it up. You could do what everybody, yeah, Terry must go. But I promise you, and you could take this to the bank any day of the week. If it goes, The United States Constitution will burn with it. Mark my words. You, in your whole life, your grandchildren will never see that go. If anything, they'll narrow it. Yeah, most people do got to run when it comes to that, because deleting that law will never happen. My paralegal degree will overtop anything Chile will tell you. Chile's full of shit. He cannot delete that law. He will not get it overturned. And most people don't understand that little part in there where it says you can't have cops going around with an unarticulable hunch, meaning if you get rid of that, they're going to go back to that. See, you guys ain't reading these little simple things in the law. I ain't going to argue with you. You guys could sit there and talk all day about probable cause and unreasonable articulable suspicion. If anything, that gave you a bone. It gave you something to stand upon. Before that, they could just say, boom, I got probable cause and I'm just going to arrest you. Now they have to articulate it. It's bullshit, guys. I wouldn't fall for the dope fiend move. Opinions vary. It's just, I'll tell them all that. They're all full of shit. If anybody's telling you that they're going to delete and overturn Terry versus Ohio, they're liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I don't care. Cancel me some more. I don't give a shit. That's why he ignores me, because I'll win every time. I'll just go to the law and I'll show him what the Supreme Court justice says. You could sit there and talk your way out of it, manipulate, talk over me, win. Go on. Who gives a shit? At the end of the day, when the sun goes down, I'll bet you your life you'll never, ever get it overturned. Because as soon as you do get it overturned, they're going to kill you. Just on the strength, because they'll get away with it. They no longer have to look at you and listen to you backtalk them. Oh, really? You going to talk to me like that? Boom. Disorderly conduct. Oh, you're resisting. Oh, he pulled a knife on me. Oh, you just got shot 3 times in the back. And they'll get away with it. All because Chile wants to delete a law. Good luck with that, homie. Love you, but you wronger in 2 left feet. You always will be. You could show me all the case law you want. You could use all the identity politics all you want. You could go all the way back until when God created the light and man and everything else. And you'll never prove your case to me, because you know that's a dope fiend move. People want to believe that. People want to believe that we can have control. We do have control. We have to operate within the purview of that. In my opinion, Chile is wrong, but he's a necessary anarchy, and I love him as a brother. And there's nothing he could do to stop me, but stop me from loving him, because he is what he is. Just like the rest of my haters. If you want to join the list of haters, go on. I don't care, and I'm not hating on Chile. I'm just telling you, we'll agree to disagree, and he's a liar if he says anything other than that. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? They don't do a lot of things, just like the rest of us tyrants out here don't do what we should be doing. We don't pay bills on time. We don't follow the contract for what it really is. But words matter. In this, I'm going back to this case. This guy right here, according to Terry versus Ohio, they followed it all the way up until he said, show. He showed his ID, and that is where they're gaslight him, and that's where they lied. That's what Wolvie does. I love everybody. Those of you that like transparency, that like people that are not going to get butthurt because they're going against your so-called narrative. Okay? Because I might have said something that you disagree with. That's fine. You don't have to watch me. But you don't have to hate me either. Because I'm not hating you. I'm not trying to cancel you. I'm not trying to say don't support this guy. I'm just saying that in this situation, people are full of poo-poo when they say stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say, except for felons, united we stand, divided we fall. And that is why all of us are the necessary anarchy we need to be to play the part we need to play to participate and be a participant into the movement without provocation in the movement. Who we want to make provocation for the people that are on the blue side that continue to violate our Fourth Amendment rights, that continue to violate our First Amendment rights, that continue to violate due process and the Fifth Amendment, to the stop them from violating your 14th Amendment illegal search and seizure with that seizure and taking you and manhandling you into 14th Amendment. Which was a cruel and unusual punishment. See, you guys, people, you just got to understand. There's just so much in here. The 10th Amendment does not give the tyrants in the state to rewrite the laws the way they see it. They either got to narrow them because they can't broaden them. And the same rules apply to what Chile's talking about. You either narrow it. They narrowed it by saying reasonable suspicion. And you have to articulate it. Trillo versus the state. I forget what state it was. That's one out of like 15 cases that's in there that talks about the reasonable articulable suspicion doctrine. That is, and I understand if you get down to the bolts and nuts to that specific case and why you could like get into this movement of learning what you feel and staying within the purview of that case. And I get it, but it doesn't mean shit because you're not going to overturn that. Okay. You guys, Wolvie has stated what he has said, and I'm sticking to it. It's my story. Hey, this is my channel. This is the way I see it. And I do not hate cops. I want to look at you like the man that I am. I will never hate police officers that love their country and that are not a part of the blue line tyranny and that want to make change within their department. If you are, here, you can get a hold of me at wolverinetransparency@gmail.com. If you want to make change inside there, I will assemble a team of people that will come, that will listen to you, and we can compromise our way into a fact of making change for the greater good. Until then, God bless. Wolverine's going back, quiet reading the mail. See you in the comments. Have a great Sunday.